Kubor nagaslem jong unongsan Hima.
When it comes to the actual process, SS Netcom was a company that was into call center business. They set up the first call centers in the Northeast and serviced clients like ASL, Airtel and Idea. And as the call center business became more competitive, SS Netcom decided not to continue with the call center business of the telecom companies because the rates were not feasible. And at that time, investments had been made in the call centers. And therefore, in order to get the return back, the company at that point decided that they should be leased out or rented out. And with that in mind, since it was a plug and play model, many companies came. In fact, more than 8-9 companies came and they rented the place, they left. And even as we speak now, these premises are being rented out to different agencies who are running the center out there. So the process running had nothing to do with SS Netcom. It was simply the premises and the place which had been invested in was leased out or rented out. Now, when the leasing out or renting out takes place, we all know that there is a due process that takes place. There has to be an NOC from the SP. There has to be an NOC from the district councils. There has to be an NOC from the Rangbashnons. And during that phase, the NOCs were taken from all these agencies, including the SP at that point in time. So if the LO is alleging that due diligence should have been done, well, it was done by none other than the SP during that time. So therefore, the process was followed. And after the procedure was done, the place was rented out and the concerned individuals were running the operations from there. Therefore, these kind of allegations right now that have been given by the LO, it really is, as I said, is unfortunate. It just looks like they are now trying to divert things, attention. They're not being able to find issues. And now they are sadly going into personal issues, really those matters that have been sorted out in the past. Proper investigation has been taken place. In fact, individuals who were linked to this from the companies that were running it have already been arrested and action has been taken against them. So therefore, it's sad that he's bringing this out and it's unfortunate, as I said, and therefore I have nothing more to say, but I thought it's appropriate for me to clarify to this press about the allegations that he made. Yeah, I think this entire process of these allegations that are being made reflect a deep sense of desperation on behalf of the LO. It looks like they are running out of issues related to governance and now they are sorting to personal attacks at a personal family level, which is very, very unfortunate. But nonetheless, for some clarification, since he has made those allegations, this was a case that happened in 2017, which was during the time when the LO was the chief minister. And investigation started that time itself. In fact, investigation went on for almost a year. Government changed. And after that, the entire investigation again went on for another year. There were allegations that we tried to interfere. If we had tried to interfere, then the transfers would have been made immediately when we came to power, which was not the case. They were allowed to do the investigation for almost a year without any kind of interruption from anybody, because we believe that there should be free and fair investigation in all these aspects. But obviously, in due course of time, whatever transfers and postings that need to be done on a normal basis, on a routine basis, was done, not just for one or two individuals, but for many officials throughout the system. So therefore, it was a routine transfer that was done and not at all done with any kind of intention as being alleged by the leader of opposition. In fact, if you were to go back into history, you would see that when there was a situation of a prostitution racket being run out of a guest house that was owned by the then Home Minister in the Congress government, That time, in this prostitution racket that was there, within 1 month's time, the concerned officer and the investigation officer was transferred for whatever reason. And if that is not interference in the investigation, then what is? So therefore, they did that during that time, which I feel was very wrong, and they should have allowed the investigation to continue. Like in this case, investigation went on for 2 years. The COVID situation, we've not been able to call the meetings. Before that also, we had a number of situations in the state, CAA, and all the other situations, because of which we were not able to call the meetings at that point in time. The State Commission, of course, requires us to call the meeting on a regular basis, but it's not that it has been done regularly earlier also. It was not that regular. Based on the needs and requirements at that point in time, the meetings were called. So therefore, based on that, if situation requires, definitely we will call. And when the situation improves, we will make sure that it is done on a regular basis.